Hello and welcome, David.
Hey Jackie, today is episode number 13. It's a bit of a lucky number, that one, isn't it?
Depends on your point of view, but yes.
Have you seen that a lot of hotels don't have a floor 13?
That seems so weird to me. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that. Really weird.
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't get it. It's just a number. It
it
doesn't
is.
really mean that much. Come on.
I'm not into superstition.
No, same.
If you gave me a black cat, I would love it anyway.
We have a black cat. We just got one
Ah,
a few months ago,
beautiful.
and he's a little pain in the butt, but he's gorgeous. Anyway, I digress. Let's talk about what we're really all here for, which is towels, linen, and laundry.
Ooh, the talk about haberdashery. This is probably the most important topic for all massage therapists out there, and it's something that we probably cannot get away from in this industry. So we've got just a few tips for you all today.
Yes, yes. Towels are a hot topic for us, aren't they? I have to say, I did go down a tiny bit of a rabbit hole in preparation for this episode, David, which was very interesting.
Maybe you can help me out a bit because I need to buy new towels. As you know, I love the towels that I have. I bought them years ago. They've
Mm,
been really faithful to me. They wash up super well, and they are enormous towels for excellent coverage, even over very large people. And they're
yeah.
starting to fray at the edges, and they don't look so professional anymore. And I'm torn between trying to hem the edges or buying new towels because you just can't buy these ones anymore, and I don't like change this much, so I'm stuck in a bit of a hole.
I feel you there. I hate it when my towels start to look old and feel old and thin out a bit. I absolutely love brand new linen. There's nothing better than nice, soft, thick, just really gorgeous towels. I love linen so much. It's so stupid.
Are you one of these people that when you walk into the shop, like you like stroke the surface and you're like,
Yes,
ooh, that's got
yes,
a
yes, I
good
am.
that's got a good count on it.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I've always been one of those people that does that, absolutely. And not that I go to hotels a lot, it hasn't been for quite a long time, but the hotel quality sheets seem to always be amazing.
They're
Um,
thick.
yeah, I don't know how they do that, but I am completely in love with good quality linen. Absolutely. Yeah. So my advice is to buy something really, really decadent. It's probably not helpful whatsoever.
Can I tell you something gross?
Can I say no?
Oh, you probably can. All right. So let's face it, there's something luxurious and comforting about laying on a thick quality towel.
Yeah, there is. There is. It's such a nice feeling. And I have to say, there's been a few times where I've gone for a massage and I have laid down on the table and it feels like you're almost getting into that hotel quality bed. Like it just feels
Yeah.
so comfortable and soft. And I always comment to the therapist that it like their table just feels so amazing. I do love that. So yeah,
Mm,
I am a bit of a princess. I do love the top quality stuff.
yeah. When you're laying there just in your jocks or your knickers, when the towel is really all that's there between well, you and the therapist.
Yeah.
I appreciate the weight of a good towel and feeling
Yes.
covered and protected and snugly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I really hate, David?
The sound of people chewing loudly.
Well, yeah, there is that. It's when towels are thrown over you and they just feel so awful because they are still full of oil and they're not clean.
Yuck.
It's so awful. I hate it so much.
May their tumble dryers spontaneously combust.
Oh my goodness. Oh, far out.
All right, let's talk towels.
Let's start with washing towels. So, what do we do? Do you wash them at home? Do you wash them at the laundromat? Are you paying someone to wash them for you? There are so many options, and it's not always straightforward.
So what do you do, Jackie?
Oh, what do I do?
Yeah.
We actually have, for the most part, washed towels at home. Um, for a long time, I was drying my towels at the laundromat. So washing them at home, I'd spend like the whole day washing them, and then I'd take like 6 baskets to the laundromat to dry them, and they'd be dry within an hour because I could shove them all into 3 or 4 machines, and that worked pretty well for quite a while. And then at some point, I got sick of going to the laundromat. In winter, it's an absolute pain in the butt because it's raining and um, and then I would keep getting machines that wouldn't work because everything is digital pay online now. So you're not even taking money to the laundromat anymore. Um, and then the area that I live in is not like super amazing. I live in a lower socioeconomic area, and there is a fair amount of drug use throughout the western suburbs, I want to say. And so my husband would get very upset and worried mainly about that sort of stuff because we would literally be finding needles left laying around the place. And he
Mm.
would be worried about me either going to the laundromat by myself or, that something would happen or, accidentally stepping on something. So, anyway, long story short, we decided to buy a new dryer and a new washing machine about 6 months apart. And now we wash at home. And yeah, it works for us. So,
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I imagine if you had a clinic with 10 therapists, you just wouldn't wash at home.
oh God, no, 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 no. It's just me. Like, yeah, I do work full time with massage, but no, 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 no. As it is, I constantly always think, should I pay someone to do this? But to be perfectly frank, I don't want to pay somebody like $200, $300 a week or a fortnight to wash my towels when I can do it at home for air
Mm.
quotes free.
Yep. Look, I wash out home as well. Years ago, when I was working out of a chiropractic clinic, the office manager, chiropractic clinics can be a bit strange. They like to have that 2 hour break in the middle of the day where they're just closed. And so during that 2 hour break, she's like, "Well, what do I do with my time?" So she used to take my towels to the laundromat for me, and they would come back, washed, dried, and folded. And I just set up an account. She'd use my account to wash the towels, and then I would pay her an honorarium with a gift card every month, and that was her special play money to do with it, whatever she wanted with it, and didn't have to tell her husband.
Nice.
And at one point, I think I'd gone to Airtasker or something like that, and I just found someone in the area who was prepared to wash my towels, and then they got unreliable. They didn't turn up, didn't pick them up, and I was running short, and so. And yeah, when I did have my clinic with a wet room, I bought washing machines and dryers and stuck them in there and just did them in between clients. It was just super efficient and easy, washed and dried on site.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to have that. At least your washing machine is not very far from your clinic now. I still have to lug mine home in the car at the end of the night.
Well, you may not be aware of it. I know that you are, Jackie, but for our listeners, they may not be aware of it. That there are some guidelines around washing towels for hygiene. So, what do you know?
Well, in my deep dive into laundry, I found this wonderful website called Laundry Hygiene Australia, which has lots and lots of information. I highly recommend that everybody goes and has a look at this website. It's quite good. And they have quoted the Australian New Zealand guidelines for safe washing practices. And I'm literally going to read some off the website right now. So it says thermal disinfection involves washing the load at a minimum of 65 degrees Celsius for not less than 10 minutes or a minimum of 71 degrees for not less than 3 minutes. So we're actually using quite high temperatures. And I know a lot of therapists will say, "Oh no, you need to be doing like 80 or 90 degrees." So yeah, you definitely want to be over 65 degrees Celsius with your laundry, guys. And it also says that chemical disinfection can also be used for heat sensitive linens and involves using chemicals to disinfect to the same level as thermal disinfection. So I imagine for a lot of people that would relate to dry cleaning, which is completely different to shoving your towels into the laundromat and usually refers to clothes. They also talk about infection control and that separating dirty linen from clean linen is one of the most important things that you can do. And that is regardless of whether you have your laundry outsourced or you do it yourself. You must always use different equipment, different laundry bags, different ways of transporting, and keep your items segregated at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, this is one of those icky things where it might seem that the table that is left, sorry, the towel that is left on the table is clean and reusable. If you're doing that, you need to stop
Yeah.
because whether it be skin cells, because our skin cells do just kind of slough off our body, they're being replaced all the time. Whether it be something like athlete's foot, or other kind of fungal infections that you may or may not be aware of, um, whether it is the breath coming out of the mouths of our clients, whether it is bodily fluids that just leak from the person, that could just be as simple as sweat. You don't want your next client laying on those things and potentially being the source of transmission of any type of infection.
Yeah. Yeah. People actually spit a lot when they talk. It's
Yeah,
not on purpose. It
yeah.
just happens. So yeah, this is absolutely something that we have to be on top of.
Look, one of the things that turned me off the laundromat, and look, there are some really excellent, well-maintained laundromats out there, and mine has now changed hands, fortunately, for the better. But the last time I used it, I pulled my towels out of the dryer and they were completely covered in dog hair from someone who had washed all their dog's linen at the laundromat, and that all just got collected in the unclean filters.
Oh, that's yeah, that's not great. So
Yeah, it was a bit gross.
I'm just picturing that and massive eel, massive eel. Yeah.
Yeah, it was those bristly dog hairs as well that just get stuck into all the fibers of everything.
Oh gosh. Wow. Yeah, that's not what you want. Absolutely not. Some
Mhm.
laundromats are really good and some are not so great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This particular one went through the process of machines breaking down. And so I think there were only about two dryers left when I parted ways with that one. And there wasn't
Hmm.
another laundromat anywhere near me. And it would become laundry wars, where here I am with my thousands of boxes of towels,
Yeah.
wanting to wash and dry in every single machine, and someone would be coming in and it's like, "No, it's my machine." That's it's like, "Oh, it's here first. Back
Yeah.
off."
You definitely have to go to the laundromat at certain times when it is not busy, especially if you're taking a week's worth of towels there and you need three dryers and five washing machines.
Yeah. Yeah, the general public does get pissed off with you. Have you ever looked into using a towel service?
I have a couple of times, on and off, and I don't like the idea of um, other people touching my things. So I never followed up, but I have looked into it a few times.
Yeah, towel services come in a few different flavors. They can wash your linen, take away your linen, wash them for you, and return your things to you. And that generally is at a lower cost rate. And there's others that typically work within the hotel industry that supply all the linen. So
Mm,
you're constantly being cycled through. You don't know where it's been in our lives, but it's constantly being cycled through. And if that linen becomes threadbare, then they replace it, and you don't have to worry about that upfront purchase of towels yourself. Talking with some of my therapist buddies in Melbourne, they seem to get really exceptional value with their laundry service, and some of them are talking it's like $1.10, $1.50 per towel to for them to supply this. So for the laundry service to supply the towel, to pick it up, to wash it, to fold it, and to return it, with I think it was a 24-hour turnaround period. It's like dollar ten or $1.50. I would easily pay that. But here in Adelaide, we don't have that many options. And the last time I looked, it was going to be about 250 to $300 a week on top of my other expenses. It's like, that's actually quite a lot of money. But if you are subcontracting, say, maybe you spend all day at a physio clinic or a chiropractic clinic and you come home and you've got 20 towels that need to be washed and dried and turned around that day, to reuse for the next day, that actually might be a really good option for you.
I'm actually quite surprised at those numbers for that you were quoting for Melbourne. That's pretty good for 24-hour turnaround as well.
Yeah.
That is economical. Yeah. Why would you
Yeah.
wash your towels at home? It's
I,
basically costing you that much to do it at home anyway.
well, that's right. At $1 a load, is what you'd get back through tax.
Yeah.
I just feel they've got more competition and more demand over there and can command more reasonable rates than I think there's only
Yeah.
three or four services here in Adelaide.
Yeah, there's not very many, and I know a lot of people use the very popular Adelaide Tower service,
Mm.
which is aptly named. I know many therapists that use that service, and they do rave about it.
Just turn up to work and there's a bag of fresh towels and you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does depend on your priorities. I'm able to wash my towels at home because my husband is home a lot. He's here. He does it. The kids chuck a load on as well for me. They know what to do. So that's easy for us. If you have a wet room in your clinic, having your own washing machines at work is an awesome option. I know you did love that when you had that,
Yeah, I
David.
certainly did. And at $250 a week for a towel service, I paid out a couple of $1,000 for a big washer and a big dryer. And the payback period of that was something like 8 or 10 weeks. Um, and I was able to put a load of washing on as I walked out the door at night. Then I'd come back in the morning, transfer the towels to the dryer. At lunchtime, I'd put another load of laundry on and transfer the freshly washed towels to the dryer. I typically didn't dry overnight because there is a risk sometimes. It's like, oh, I'm running low. I need to. I'll just take the chance. Um, but yes, the washer was going all day, every day, and typically I was only having to fold kind of 8 to 10 towels at a time. It was very efficient.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
All right, so we've covered a lot about the washing and the hygiene, but there seems to be a lot of options out there about what you can actually use as well.
It does indeed. It can be a bit of a conversation when you start talking about whether we should use towels versus sheets. A lot of people are very invested in that particular conversation.
And they all believe that they're right.
Yes, absolutely. I do think that in Australia overall, we do use towels more than we use sheets. I think if you speak to people, that would be the consensus.
Yeah,
I think it's a little bit more of an American and Canadian thing to use sheets
yeah.
rather than
I
towels.
think a bit tropical as well.
In the cooler climates, yeah, we need something a little bit more substantial.
Hmm.
Um, because yeah, I know with like if you go to Cairns and get a massage, you're basically getting a sarong thrown over you,
Yes.
which is fine because it's hot there. It's an interesting conversation.
It's also a bit of a day spa expectation as well, having big thick towels, and also coming out of a sports background where athletes would bring their own towel and just throw that over the table. Towels are just convenient and they're readily had by all.
Yeah, everybody has a towel that they can bring. Yeah.
Yeah, on that note, I did see there's a clinic in Sydney. who offers a discounted rate for clients that bring their own towels.
I have heard of that actually. I've heard of a few places doing that.
It's just an interesting model.
It can be done, I think, if you do it the right way. Yeah, interesting.
All right, so towels versus sheets. I don't like the feel of just like a flat sheet. And particularly if there's a bit of oil on the skin, it can feel a bit sticky. However, I have been for a massage where somebody used flannelette sheets, and more
Oh, those are
importantly,
good.
they had superheroes on them.
Oh, very important. That's one of your values, David. Yeah, I do love the flannelette sheets, particularly in winter when it's a bit cooler. And even in summer, they can be really nice because they're rather than the flat sheet, the fleece is sort of keeping you warm on the table because you do cool down anyway, no matter what the temperature is. But it's sort of wicking away the sweat and the body oils that we all naturally have as well. So yeah, I could get behind some flannelette sheets. Those would be really nice.
Yeah, I'm keen on giving the old flannies a crack this winter.
Can I tell you what I really, really hate, David, so much? I have
What
such an
is that?
aversion. Microfiber.
Oh.
Cannot stand it.
Again, there's those that love it, particularly because it dries really
I
quickly.
know.
But I find it just feels horrid.
It is horrific. I'm such a textural person, such a is kinesthetic the right word?
Hmm.
Yeah, I cannot stand microfiber. I can't stand it. Hate it so much.
The microfiber seems to hold odor really, really badly.
Yeah. Um, I think it's the nature of the fabric that it doesn't wash really well long term. And they end up sort of holding the oils more. I don't know why it is. It'll be really interesting to talk to somebody that works with fabrics and textures, but I think cotton ends up washing so much better somehow, like long term. I mean, yeah,
So as I trolled Facebook and looking at all the massage therapist forums out there, there are so many discussions about towels. As you find out, we're very passionate about our haberdashery. And there's a couple of things that I saw there that people are using. And so one is a therapist who goes to Spotlight and buys 2 meter long pieces of polar fleece and uses those. And another person who goes to IKEA and buys the throws that you just kind of throw over couches.
look, there is no right way to use any of this linen. Like, there's no right way, there's no wrong way. You can set it up however you want. And generally, people do set up their tables how they're taught in massage school.
Mm.
Um, but that's not to say that using towels or using polar fleece is the only way. There's so many different ways. And it does depend on your location as well and the style of massage that you do. If you are massaging in Cairns, you don't want electric blankets. You don't want those big throw blankets. You want something light.
Mm.
So there's so many ways to do it.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. So, do you use an electric blanket on your table?
I do, yeah. I have about 3 or 4 layers underneath my electric blanket, and then I have a layer on top of my electric blanket, and um, it's turned on all through winter, pretty much,
Yeah,
like the whole time.
yeah. I used to use an electric blanket, and in the hyper state of awareness that we've been in the last few years around infection control, I just got rid of it because I scrub my table after
Yeah.
every massage. But I had a couple of people comment about the table being too warm, even when it's on its lowest setting. And I went to turn it off one day. This person who's menopausal and was having a hot flush, and I accidentally pushed the lever the wrong way and turned it to maximum. And she's like, "Did you turn the table off?" It's like, "Yeah, I did." You heard it go click. And it was only afterwards I saw that I put it to its maximum setting. I was roasting this poor person who was overheating.
Whoopsies.
Yeah, big whoops.
Yeah, you have to watch out for the ladies in their 40s and 50s.
That's something they don't talk to you about at massage school.
No, that is not mentioned.
But an alternative to using a blanket on the bottom of the table is to use an electric throw that you can put over the top of the top towel.
Yeah, those are so good. Those are magic, those electric throws. I've actually got a couple of my elderly clients that I go to their house to see that use them, and they are so nice, honestly. They might even be better than the old electric blanket.
Hmm. I prefer the
Yeah.
sensation of heat coming down rather than coming up through me. Because, yeah, my back will often get cold during a massage.
Yeah, they're not always super convenient, but because they're providing the electric throw when I go to their house, they've already got it on, and they're usually sitting on the couch with it or have it on their bed. It's just super convenient in that instance. But definitely, if you're not keen on an electric blanket, you could use an electric throw
Mm.
as an alternative. Yeah.
And safety warning, if you are using these devices, make sure that you keep it in good condition. Look for frayed cables. You don't want to electrocute a client. And make sure that you test and tag at least once per year.
Absolutely. Yeah. You need to look after these appliances.
Yeah, someone going zap on your table is a really bad day at the office. All right, so where do you actually go to buy towels?
I have mostly been buying my towels from Kmart for basically the whole time that I've been a therapist. And I think there's a lot of people out there that do the same, Kmart or Big W, because you get the mega towel that is like 2 meters long and awesome because it covers basically the whole table. But there's quite a few options. We have I have bought some towels from a wholesaler, which is literally a few k's from my house, Tony Collier, here in Adelaide. And those towels are amazing. I've had them for 10 years and they are still absolutely thick and amazing. I don't use them all the time.
I'm just writing that down.
They're just on South Road, David, not far from
Ah,
me.
there we go.
But they're a wholesaler and you can get some amazing towels. The only issue with the thickness of your towel is how many you can get in the washing machine at any one time. So if you are working from home, washing your towels from home, that is something that you have to sort of figure out. You might only be able to get two of the super big towels in your machine compared to the thinner ones. You can get three or four in your machine. And if you're doing all that washing yourself, that can make the difference between absolutely getting everything done and having towels clean the next day.
Yeah, and that is one of my primary considerations on my checklist of buying things. Because I bought an energy efficient washer and an energy efficient dryer, and energy efficient appliances typically aren't fast. So a full cycle from wash to fully dried is about 4 hours for me.
Yeah, yeah, that unfortunately is something that you have to consider when you're buying your appliances. And again, it depends how much washing are you doing besides your towels. If you're already doing a lot, it might be better for you to outsource. Maybe you have space in your laundry or in your house or wherever you are to have two washing machines.
Oh, luxury.
I actually have like this fantasy in my head. I know it sounds so stupid, but I'm like, can I get two washing machines? Like we do a lot of laundry. For some reason, my 7-year-old just wears clothes like they're going out of fashion. Like it's insane. And we have so much laundry. I'm like, I would love two washing machines. Thank you very much. If you're only using very lightweight towels and sarongs, and you work in a warmer climate, you probably don't need to really factor that in too much, because you can
Yeah.
probably get your whole day's worth of linen in just one or two loads,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's not going to take a long time to dry either. So there's so many considerations in this wonderful conversation.
Mm. And the other thing is the types of products that you use on your client as well. There's a couple of popular brands of
Yes.
water dispersible
Yes.
oils.
The other
Uh,
big one, what oil are you using?
yeah, so that's a whole nother podcast in itself. Um, But yes, there's some oils which just get stuck in the fibers, and we talked about earlier about doing hot washes for infection control. But a hot wash can bake the oil into the fibers of the towel, and then it just doesn't come out. Um,
Yeah.
so this is complex science that we're talking about. And then how much you actually spread on your client as well. Some people really like to base their clients in oil and slip slide all over them. And others are a bit more conservative with their oil use.
That's so true. It absolutely does make a difference, and we are getting into science here,
Mm,
because you'll find that not only how much you use, but the type of oil you use. So if you're using something like an olive oil or a hemp oil, which is very thick, and it has distinctive flavor, odor, and color to it, those particular types of oils are much harder to get out of your towels and your linen compared to, say, a coconut oil, which doesn't have
mm,
any color to it. So you're not going to see it stain as much. It does have a strong scent, but it's a thinner oil and it does tend to wash out a
mm.
lot easier than the heavier oils. So this
Yeah.
is almost a science podcast today, a little bit.
A little bit. And there's a whole bunch of things that you see in advice between massage therapists around what they add to their washing machine, whether it be a particular type of powder or a particular type of liquid, or whether you add vinegar or you add washing soda or bicarb soda. And I actually don't know how much of it is actually true and real. And each of those therapists giving those advice is like, this is what I've been doing for 20 years, and my towels are still looking as new as the day that they arrived to me. So they're
Mm.
obviously doing something right, but when you go looking for facts, then you can't actually find anything to back up the use of those products.
Yeah, this is such an interesting conversation when you start talking to people about what they use in their washing machines. Yeah, it's a lot. We tend to use a lot of the sort of Sard Wonder Soap type products, so like Nappy San, those soaking products that you can get. That's what we use. I don't really use bicarb or vinegar or anything like that, but I have in the past. So,
Mm.
what do you use, David?
I'm using a liquid at the moment, which I buy from a wholesaler. Um, I had some comments, and again, this is something that you need to be really aware of with your clients. I I was using Omo Sensitive, and I was using a sensitive because I get itchy skin from some of the
Mm-hmm.
other powders out there. But then I had some clients comment that they could smell the powder in the towels and they're finding it difficult to breathe. And so I've now transferred across to a liquid which is pretty much odorless. And anyway, that's dealt with those things. The towels are still washing well, and those clients that have smell sensitivities seem to be happy.
Wow, that's so interesting because I was using Omo Sensitive for quite a long time. I have the same problem that some things on my skin I have very sensitive skin as well and can make me react,
Mm,
make my skin very itchy. So I've always tended to use some of the sensitive product.
yeah, and it's the same reason why I wouldn't use a water dispersible oil because personally, if I were using that every day on my clients and it's on my skin, I get psoriasis, and that's really not a very happy time. So I can't use those oils that have a dispersant in them.
Yes, yes, so that is true, and a lot of massage therapists in the forums do talk about that as well. That there's some things that they can use, some things that they find are not reacting well with their skin because we're using oils long term, all day, every day. This is definitely something we have to think about.
Correct.
Yeah. I want to bring up for a second, are people actually washing their towels?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Uh, I do hope so. I think it's something that we have to really be aware of. I have had a few massages over the years, and I remember them distinctly because I have been very excited to go and get a massage. I love my massages. And I've laid down on the massage table on the towels, and it's always been towels that this has
Mm,
happened to me with. And I have gone, oh, these feel a bit kind of like sticky is not quite the right word, but kind of
mm.
that, yeah,
Heavy.
little bit heavy and sticky. And then like after a little while, like the smell kind of gets to
Mm,
you. And I'm just by the end of the massage, I'm like just so anxious and feel awful. And I'm like, these towels are not clean.
yeah.
So I don't know whether that is those particular therapists were lazy and just like flipped the towels over, which please, for God's sake, please do not ever do that, guys.
Mm,
Um, or have they been using the wrong laundry products? Or maybe the towels are just really too old and they need to
yeah.
get some fresh ones.
And look, some therapists are guilty of being a little bit too frugal as well. And I've had a massage from someone who used cooking oil on me.
Oh,
Um, and openly bragged about how cheap it was to use. Um,
oh,
but that stuff gets into the towels. It does not wash out well. The towels get heavy and yeah, again, I don't know how you describe it, that sort of stickiness and heaviness, the towel that goes plop when it gets thrown over you. And even
yeah.
when well laundered, the oil builds up and you're left with this rancidity in it, and it's just ugh.
Yeah. No. Absolutely no. That's exactly what yeah, oh gosh, you can't even explain that feeling, can you? It's just awful. Just
Yeah.
knowing that those towels have not been washed properly, or maybe they might just be really old.
Mm.
And the therapist is like, well, I spend $10 a year on towels. Like, guys, come on. No, please spend a little bit more money on
Yeah.
your laundry. This is our major expense, really. Apart from buying our table, this is a major ongoing expense. We
Yeah.
have to do the right thing by our clients.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
gosh, I feel so gross right now.
But you can claim every load, if you're washing at home, you can claim every load on your personal tax at the end of the year.
Yes, absolutely. But don't double dip. No double dipping.
No, no, you shouldn't do that. So if you've purchased the washing machine and it's residing at your home and you use it for your personal laundry as well as your work laundry, you probably shouldn't claim the purchase of the machine as a business asset. But you absolutely should be keeping a diary of every load of washing that you do for business use, and then you give that to your accountant at the end of the year.
Yes, yes. Keep good records of how much you're doing, and not only does this help you to manage your budget as a self-employed person, but this way you're going to be doing the right thing when it comes to your tax.
Yes.
Well, my top tip, if you are washing your towels at home, David, is to get your machine serviced regularly, especially if it's being used a lot. You should look at your washing machine and your dryer as an investment. It's another tool that you're using to run your business. And so getting your machine serviced every 12 months as a bit of a minimum, and then clean all the filters. And sometimes the filters are hiding.
Mm,
So you have to go searching for them. Clean the filters and keep your machine clean generally. Give it a good wash out every month. And the new wash machines have usually got a cleaning cycle that you can put on. So like our machine that we have at home is probably only about 6 months old or so. And every couple of weeks, because our machine pretty much runs all the time, we get the notification. It comes up, do a self clean, do the drum clean.
Hmm, that's good.
Do you have a top tip, David, for laundry?
Yeah, my personal thing is just to keep on top of it. Make it part of your daily habits and be efficient at your laundry. Because I will put off folding towels as long as I can if there's a big pile to do. So I'm a wash as you go kind of guy.
Oh, so annoying.
Well, Jackie, I had never thought that I would get passionate about linen.
I knew that this would be like such a good episode that we would get right into it. I just knew. I love linen so much. I just knew it.
All right. Well, if you would like to stay connected or have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on Facebook or Instagram. The links are at the top of this podcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Folding Towels podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you happen to be listening on Spotify or Apple, it would mean ever so much to us if you could please leave us a little rating and maybe a review.
That would be wonderful. And on the socials, let us know. Do you prefer towels? Do you love the sheets that you use? Do you have an electric blanket? We'd love to hear what you guys are actually using.
And maybe if you've got a supplier like Jackie just told us about with Tony Collier, leave that and I just might give them a call.
Thanks, David. Thanks for chatting again.
Thanks, Jackie. I'll see you at the next one.
See ya.
Bye.